Okay, so I might just give this maybe a little bit of velocity, maybe like 20, just so I can get some dynamic movement. And make this about 150. Okay. Maybe make this a little larger. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and create our lights for our submarine here. So I'm going to make a new solid and we'll call this flare. I'm going to use optical flares, but you can use the usual built-in lens flare for inside After Effects. And I'm just going to go into the options here. And I think the one that I used was maybe it wasn't here. Outside streak. Yeah. And just hide all of this. You don't really need all this. Just want the flare itself. And okay, so I might change the color to a bit more greenish color. And I'll add a texture to this, so maybe about, let's use illumination radius. I'll just turn down to maybe like 25 and scale it up a little bit. Hit OK, and there's our flare. I'm gonna hide it, and what I want to do is actually create 3 lights. So let's make Control-Alt-Shift-L, and we'll make it point lights, and we'll make it 0. Okay. I'm just going to separate this so I don't get confused. I'll rename this as headlight, and I'll duplicate it. Okay, so I now have 3 headlights. And then to go into our element 3D layer, I want to create some 2D positions. So I want to create one. We'll make one up here, and we'll create a null object for that position. And same goes for the over here. Create null object, and one over here. Create a null object, and save your file. Very important. And I want to copy the positions of these null objects to our lights here. So I'm just going to copy the position for this one here. Copy the position for this one here. Copy the position for this one here. I'm just hitting Control C, Control V for each of them, so in case you didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so now I've got positions. I can just delete these 3 null objects, and I want to pick whip them to my sub transform. So that way when I move it, the lights will follow. Okay. Alright, so I want to create some lights for this. So I'm going to change this to track lights. I don't want to use the light intensity. And anything from H. Turn these off. Let's see. Okay, it's way too bright, so I'm just going to shrink it down here like that. And I'll set this to screen. Okay. So that's looking okay. Alright, cool. So basically what I'm saying to optical flares is that I want you to track the lights that start with the letter H And I don't want you to use any of these properties. I just want you to track the lights that's Alt H and just select the lights that are on. Okay, and that's all it's doing. And I just set this blending mode to screen so that we'll get rid of all the black. Okay, and might make this a little bit, just give it a tint of blue, just a touch, like that. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and create 2 adjustment layers. So Control Y, Control Y. Call this CC, call this Vignette. Okay, and I'll just get the curves adjustment. I'll just use usual Vignette setup. And just make this 600 like that. And we'll make get a curves adjustment, tint effect, and the looks. This is optional if you have it, but I'm just going to use it just for color's sake. So I'm just going to slide all this here, and let's jump into edit. Okay, and I think the one that I used was line here. I didn't fully use 100% of it. I just used like probably just a small amount. So I'll probably use like about 33%. Give this a little bit of a contrast look here, as it is dark and misty. So I'm gonna just try and just bring that contrast up and down. So maybe something like that. I'll do the adjustments later. And just grab our tints and we'll just bring that tint down just maybe about 15%. Okay, and maybe we can add a noise effect. So just give this a little bit of noise here. Maybe like 5%. Maybe like 3% is good. And add a turbulent displace. And we'll bring these values down. So just give this a little bit of turbulence. And we can animate the evolution here. So just want to do one whole evolution. That's all. Nothing too major. Okay, and we can even add a bulge effect. So let's just bring this out here. So maybe we can go like 1300 by 1300. And we can just like reduce the bulge height by half. So that's what we're trying to achieve here. Maybe even like 0.25. Okay. Now we can just start animating our submarine here. So we can just go to P. Well, actually, let's just bring back our sub here. And then we just push it all the way back in on the x-axis. Like that. And we'll hit P. And we'll just move it along until our highlight comes on screen. So maybe about here is pretty good. And we'll just bring it forward. Then we'll just move a bit along here. Actually, just move here, like that. Okay, so we got this nice animation happening here. We might even add a little bit of rotation randomness, so I might start the rotation here, and every 3 seconds gives the rocks a bit. And we'll just make this like 3. And then just here, make it to 0. Alright, let's just do a quick preview of this. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, not bad at all. So I might adjust my pipe here. So it's looking a little too grungy, so I might reduce that a bit. And I'll lower the brightness. Maybe to like -20. And I'll make this about 50. -15. And same goes for my pipe highlight. So I might just change that up a bit. -25. Like that. And I want to feather it out quite a large amount. Just brighten that back up. Might add a little bit of a tint of blue. Like that. Okay, and for the rotation, I might make it a little bit more of an angle. So when it comes to here, I'll make this 5 degrees. And I'll make this 0. Yeah. Okay. And alright, so let's give this a quick preview. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, it's not looking too bad. With the pipe, I might stretch that out. So I might make this 40. And what I want to do is stretch this out. So we're going to the transform. Just like stretch it out a bit. And same goes for our pipe highlights. Just make this subtle. Something like that's good. Might change the angle a bit so that we're looking up. Might zoom in a bit. And this bulge, I wanted the bubbles to play during on screen, so as well. And what else can we do? I'm just making these tweaks so that we can like, they're subtle, but like overall they'll change the look of our scene here. Maybe without rotation, we can just like maybe move this over here. And maybe change the degree to like 12. Like that. And that bulge effect. Maybe we could turn it to a negative value instead. So like that. Okay. Alright, let's do this one final preview. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, that's looking not too bad at all. Okay, so you can just do your own fine adjustments to this. Maybe you can adjust more on the pipe. I adjusted the bulge a bit to fit within our screen here, but you can just do whatever you feel that that needs to be changed. Alright guys, I hope you learned a lot from this tutorial. I know it's a lot of technique and a lot of steps, but yeah, it was all worth it in the end. So thank you everyone. My name's David. I hope you learned interesting techniques that you can use for your own creations. Please give it a like if you like this video so people can find it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and be sure to hit that bell button to get the notifications. And comment down below if you have any questions or comments about the tutorial. And I will see you in the next video.